Namaste. Namaste, as always, means the divine within me honors the divine within you. Thanks so much for stopping by. Today, I actually really always like to start with a brief meditation. Now, I probably will lose views this way, who knows. But if you like my channel, I think I like doing my videos this way. So, wherever you are, just see if you can lower your eyes, sit up nice and tall, if you're sitting on a chair or a sofa, or if, like me, you're sitting, I'm actually sitting on a cushion on a yoga mat, and just drop into your body. So wherever you can safely do this, if you're watching, right? Maybe you're in a park and there's a lot of people around and maybe there's a friend there. If you can just pause for a moment. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Do that a couple of times. And just so you feel that you are dropped into your body. Okay? And what that means is that as you're listening to my voice, you can really feel your feet, your legs, your torso, your arms, your whole body, your neck, your head, and that you can see if you can actually feel the sensations within your body. So I'm going to do that with you now. See if you can literally feel your own sense of aliveness. Beautiful. Take a deep breath and we'll transition opening the eyes. So, a great way to start, because I know from myself and just my observation of people that I work with, just observing people, which I love to do, I feel like a lot of us live from our neck up, right? We're in our mind all the time. We're thinking, we're planning, we're rehashing. So in this video, I want to talk about another use of the mind, okay? So not rehashing the past, which is over. It's happened. There are remnants from it, right? Yes, but the actual event is over. Not, like ruminating. Ruminating means like going over and over in your mind about something, and we all do that, right? So this mental trait, I could call it, that I would like to talk about briefly is listening. Okay, listening. Now, this ties into the law of attraction. And I want to give some props out to Doreen Virtue, who is wonderful. A lot of you, I'm sure, have heard of her. She has a lot of angel cards, oracle decks. She is, she's sort of just a force of nature in the intuitive and angel realm, and she puts out a lot of products and seems like a very sweet person. I don't know her, but a video I saw of hers today, she mentioned this in one of her readings about she pulled a card that was listening, that we're not listening. And so I thought, oh my God, I got like chills, which is when something is something I should pay attention to, and it was pay attention to it for my channel. If you feel that you're not manifesting what you want, or your life, really not happy, a lot of different things going on, you feel that, especially in the case, I think, more where you feel like you have been doing wonderful things. Maybe you've been doing vision boards, you've been working on goal setting, you've taken your steps, which of course you always have to do when you set goals, but you feel like nothing's happening. And this is what Doreen mentioned. So I think it's especially those people. And I'm telling you from my experience. So what may be happening is you're not actually listening. Listening. And that's why the meditation we did in the beginning, just literally, what was it, 1 minute. So we're putting out a lot. This is what I want. This is my goal. We're like running. It's almost like a spiritual running, right? We're like, dun, 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 dun. We're running. And, we're so caught up in that. The answer could have come. The answer could be, and I'll give you again examples from my own life. You need to, there's a book you get an idea, you should go on Amazon or you should go into a bookstore. And if you listen to that very subtle feeling of wanting to go into this bookstore suddenly, right? Or let me go on Amazon. It's because you were going to see a book or a product that would have had the answer to your question about, let's use an example of say, starting a business. And you were unsure, and it could have been a book that explained entrepreneurship that was perfect for you. Okay, there are tons of entrepreneurship books, right? But you would have come upon this one, but you weren't listening, so you didn't hear it. A lot of times, even in prayer, I've heard it said, it's like prayer, often we're like petitioning, If we use the word God, you're like petitioning, you're like, this is, oh, please, please, please. But then there's not the quiet of listening and saying, okay, wait, wow, okay, there's an answer. An answer will come. I'll give you an example in my case, and it is, everybody has their own journey. But for me, I've moved a lot. I tend to move a lot, and often I really am led to move. My latest move, I got so many clues and hints as to where I should move. One of the big ones, for me was it's so interesting. This is what I know, so rational people, and I can be perfectly rational. What happens though is when you divide yourself as I'm just rational, is you block off so much of the mind. The mind is so much bigger than if you just listen to where science is saying is possible. Okay, really trust me on that. I'll give you an example. I'm going to leave out some details, some personal details, but I'm going to give you a true example of listening and how that brought me to someplace that I'm very happy. So I happened to get on Twitter, and I went to an account which is strange. I don't even know why. Again, why did I go to this account? And it happened to have a picture of a beautiful field of flowers with sunflowers, and it was from a town that I had already been thinking, this is where I want to relocate to. And so it happened to be on a day that was, it happened to be on my birthday. The actual post that represented the town that I was thinking of moving of, but I was still kind of like, yeah, give me signs, I'm not, I want to know, I want help, I'm open to guidance. Went on to Twitter, a field of sunflowers, and it was about the specific town, out of all the towns in the state, the specific town I wanted to move to. And what's interesting about that, as I said, the particular tweet was on my birthday. Yeah, the tweet was on my birthday. That was the actual day that it was tweeted out. But interestingly, it had been pinned to the Twitter feed because it was now days past my birthday. And I wouldn't have even seen it unless that Twitter account chose to basically pin that tweet, because I wouldn't have scrolled through. So I would have missed it if it hadn't been pinned. So here's some of the interesting coincidences. My question was, would this be a town that I would be welcomed in? Would I enjoy it? Would I like living there? On my birthday, of all the towns in the state, is featured this particular town. On the date that's my birthday, showing not only a picture just that I love, and part of why I wanted to move was to have access to nature. So showing sunflowers. Sunflowers are one of the symbols of the sign of Leo, which I am in Western astrology, a Leo. So not only does the picture represent the town, it happened to fall on my birthday, the day it was tweeted, and it used a symbol that is of my sign. And like I said, never go to this particular Twitter account, just felt led to it. one click led to another, and I had that question in my mind, would this be a welcoming town? It was really the universe sort of giving me a little wink and saying, yes, yes, Leo, you'll be able to shine there, like the sun, and just really, really, there can be synchronicities like that. We just have to be aware of them. And their meaningfulness will start to become apparent for us. The more tuned in you are, the more you'll get these little winks, these little signs back from the universe. So listening is key. Yes, it's hard. The best way to learn how to listen for higher guidance, whether you want to say that it is from God, however you envision the divine, or if it's from your higher self, there has to be that quality of listening, and so there has to be inner silence. And so the best way to learn and to train yourself, given, as I said, all of the distractions that we have, much more than in the Buddha's time, right, when they were already saying that people couldn't concentrate. So you have to train your mind. That's what it's called. It's like mind training. And so meditation is the best way. And I'll say more in some upcoming videos. But listening, the answer is already there. So you're doing all your manifestations, you feel like it's not working, it's because either there are two things. Well, it's still the listening. There are steps that you need to take prior to being able to have this thing blossom. Okay? So there may be steps that you're being told to do that you haven't taken, so it can't blossom until you take those steps. And to hear, you have to listen to be able to know what those steps are. So I hope this was helpful. The meditation video would be great. I'll put a link up into the corner to follow up on this discussion, and I'll also put some links to, I believe I have at least one guided meditation. All right? Please subscribe so you don't miss any of the videos, and give it a thumbs up if you like it. Thank you. Namaste.